my headphones today. Miracles do still happen.
Seawood? Dre Soul, man, you must have heard us talking about you.
Hey! Oh my goodness. We sure did just talk you up. I was like,
Hey, Antoine.
you're coming.
Dre Soul, we'll see you next week, baby. Hey, Carrie, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Rob, what's up, cousin? Brother Glover, thank you for hitting that button to check me out real quick. I appreciate that.
Is that Mr. Lewis? What? Aaron? What? That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Cherie. Aaron. What's up, brother? My favorite Puerto Rican. Hey, Greg. Thanks for tuning in. Jeremy, are you in Jamaica somewhere? I think I saw a post from you. Be safe. Have fun. Bring me some rum back. Seawood. Greg, we're good. How are you? We're always good. Starting you guys off with a little smooth grooves today, a little jazz. This is the real grown and sexy right here. We're gonna bring the man who created this stuff. We're gonna bring him in
To OUI Radio with Dee Dee Brysen.
shortly.
We have so much more to offer you. You don't want to miss it on the Beyond Air Network.
What up, Cherie? Hey, Carolyn, thank you for tuning in. Hey, Lynn. Find the flow, I mop this. Hi, mommy. What's up, B? My namesake. Diesel Hampton Music, all the way from the Lou in the building. What's going on, guys? That's our other family. We're running from Panama. Okay, now. Why do they sound like this?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Interesting.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to OUI Radio. It's Dee Dee and Brysen. We got a young lady that comes on in front of us now. Just had her very first show today, so shout out to her. So that's why we're a couple minutes behind. She did excellent. So make sure you look out for her on the Edge on Air. She comes on right before OUI Radio. Man, we got to support these up and comings for real.
Yep. Hey, Cousin Michelle. Okay.
Live up under there. Dee Dee thinks she knows. She thinks she knows what she's doing.
What do you mean?
Because she tries. She has learned me, I must say, and that's hard for a lot of people to do.
What I do.
she tries to play the joints that she knows that I'm crazy about to get me going. She does a good job.
Hey, Mama Hayes. Mama Hayes side.
Law beats.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Slide on in.
See? Boy?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Oh man,
I
y'all
haven't
big
seen you
time.
since the B3 event.
It's been a minute.
See? Well, and you brought the wifey?
Yeah, you didn't have a chance to meet her, so I was going.
Did you want her to come in?
If it's wrong,
Yeah, tell Dee Dee to move that satchel.
statue.
Here we go. The dance.
What's up, Johnny? I saw your trip up to New York. You guys look like you had a good time in that water, man. Probably felt super, super good, as much as you could get close to Niagara Falls anyway.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Dee Dee Brysen.
We've been stalking you low key because you're part of Tyler's life, so we've been stalking you low key for a long time.
Right now, it's time to put a face to.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Do I need? I'm sitting here, or
Yeah, come closer.
Slide over this way. I promise not to bite
No,
you.
you
They
good.
fed me at work and everything.
You
It's
good.
wonderful.
Putting stuff in this corner over here.
let me know. It's pretty cool though.
We'll be sharing this mic.
Okay, cool.
So, just so you know. Yeah, all of that good jazz. I'll warn you. Or she'll warn you because she's more likely she'll probably put you in first. But
Hey, Darlene.
right now we're Facebook Live. You got anybody you want to share Facebook Live with? That would be great.
What's up, Aunt? Hey, Pam.
What? We'll probably go live.
What's up? What's going on, everybody?
Just in 3 minutes.
We're going to go live in, yep, what she said, about 2 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Thanks for tuning in. We radio, we play all of the hottest independent artists, okay? We play independent artists, independent music, hip-hop, soul, R&B, jazz, gospel, whatever it is, we play it. We play it. This is going to drive me crazy.
I know. You and me both.
I think she might have hit something up here.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
It was like a delay or something.
Yes. We don't know we don't know what exactly is going on, unfortunately. And it looks like we're gonna be stuck with it. So.
But here's the thing though, when you play this track initially, it
Right.
was good.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, what changed.
Yeah, it just sounded like
Did y'all see that spider? I just saved everybody's life. I
Bless
saved everybody's
God.
life.
Bless God.
You hear an echo?
Yeah.
Greg, we working on it. I know you just heard us say that. Don't be trying to ride in on us. We working on it.
I'm trying to see if it's in the Sam Broadcaster side as opposed to the W Audition side because the play out is kind of through the Sam Broadcaster.
What's up, Trina? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Marissa. Thank you for tuning in. Emma, living room. Hello, Crystal. And Emma and Lenny. Never a dull moment.
No, ever, ever.
It would have to be something under the sound or like on there. So they just nothing different.
I don't see anything different. I really don't. That's why I'm like, what is really going on? Or is it just everything that's coming through? I wonder if it's everything that's coming through deck A.
Don't let it happen to you. Don't miss what's coming up next here on We Radio with Dee Dee Brysen.
Okay. You keep the masses entertained. I'm going to. I'm gonna go find assistance. Tech support.
Home by Tyler Seawood.
Hey.
Seawood.
Hey. Hey, this man, it's one of my favorites, y'all. It's a treat for me too.
Okay, lock talk is off.
Lock talk.
You don't have to get loud. All you have to do is repeat it.
Oh, don't fret, man.
Love you, Brian. Oh, thank you.
Too late. You know what makes every
Hey,
situation
Auntie.
worse in this room? The fact that it's 130 degrees in here. My goodness, it's like Arizona in here.
So I'm trying not to think about it. Thanks.
Now, ordinarily, I
Guys,
think
we're
white
getting
noise is
started.
completely charming.
We got a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll see if Brian knows what he's doing. So you hear it, right? Samantha. Cortez Mac. Hey.
Alright, let me listen. I want to listen to this with the computer up front.
Dee Dee! Hey. We gotta still get started.
I was clarifying if there was any other assistance in this building. All right. So,
All right, y'all, we're getting ready to get the show on the road. Who is this playing this guitar? Popping them strings. Who this?
That's me.
Boy, stop. But I love you, Tyler.
I know. Been a fan since back when. Way back when.
Hold on,
She gonna make it happen.
I'm gonna have to rig some stuff up.
That's how you do it.
Let's see here.
Swap chairs.
No, I'm good. Don't even worry. Don't got me do that.
you are totally tuned in to We Radio with Dee Dee and Brysen here on the edgeonair.com, a Beyond Air network station, and you've just been listening to the silky smooth sounds of none other than Mr. Tyler Seawood, who is in studio with us tonight. Hey Tyler, how you doing?
I'm good. Excited.
Seawood.
Yeah, Seawood in the building. Thanks for having me, y'all. Appreciate it.
That's what's up. Bryson and I are so super stoked. We have, oh my gosh, we have Tyler here in the building. We've not had him here for a little while to kick around, and we haven't even had a chance to hang out with him since like the Versus Vibes and Visions event that he played at.
That was...
So it's been a little bit. It's been a little while. So I'm super stoked about catching up with him and introducing him to some of our listeners who probably are not familiar with his music. And I hope I get a chance. I hope I remember to ask you the question I've been dying to ask an instrumentalist for like ever.
Okay.
I hope I get a chance to ask you that question
I hope
tonight.
I can answer it.
Well, you can answer it for you. You might not be able to answer it for everybody,
Okay.
but you can answer it for you. I hope you can answer it for you.
I'm sure.
We're gonna go there. I'm gonna put a I hope on top of that.
All
Okay?
right.
All right, very good then. All right, Bryson. Before we get started picking on Tyler, what's up with Bryson? How's Bryson doing?
Shout out to Tyler's wifey. She in here giving us some beats and some sounds up in here.
Not on purpose.
She like, I got a track too, y'all.
She said, y'all gonna
Tyler
see
ain't
me.
the only one with some skills.
Y'all gonna know I'm here today.
Hey,
She over here dying of embarrassment.
what's
Oh, it's going down today, huh? Some of you are trying to figure out why we're laughing right now, besides the music that you just
You
heard
gotta
in the
make sure you move your
background from the
fingers up
cell
here.
phone. If you're not tuned in to our Facebook Live feed, you have no idea what show you're missing right now. Bryce's about to hit me in the face with a blow up.
She
Guitar,
like these
Jesus.
blow up objects. You better stop.
No, I like the real objects.
So
Now-
listen, I feel like
Keep playing
right
it,
now
but
I'm
you
getting my teeth in long. Sade, y'all hear the echo?
It's still echo still?
Y'all hear the echo? Sade. Yeah, that's it. Gonna buy you a drink. So we got some technical difficulties today. So work with this extra echo. We got the little what do the kids call it when you auto tune?
Oh,
That's what it's called.
Auto tune.
Auto tune.
Okay.
So this is not on purpose, but we're working with what we got because that's all we got for the moment.
It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. All that good jazz.
Y'all shout out my blow up guitar. What's up, Carmel? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for Miss Hopkins love my guitar solo.
Aww.
Hey Denard, thanks for tuning in. Hey Catherine, what's up, Gabe? Everybody, shouting out everybody on Facebook Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You can always check us out at Sounds of Delight. You can check me out at the original Bryson. All is well, we had some technical difficulties, so we got everything. We're kind of behind a little bit, so I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm doing good. It's been a minute. We took last week off for the holiday. The holiday was good. I spent it with family, and it was all smiles, man. I couldn't ask for anything more, really, so I'm good. Hey, everybody. We got special guests in the building. Seawood. Hold on.
Yes.
Hey.
Here we come with the blow up guitar again.
I need to go grab mine. Maybe
So
I can jam with you.
Tyler,
Right, there you
he's a
go.
phenomenal
Make this a real.
instrumentalist. And he's a musical director. He's a musical genius. I'm going to venture out and say that because you guys are going to thank me 20 years from now. You'll be like, dang, Bryce, remember when he was in your show? I'll be like, yeah, I told y'all. I don't be lying.
Sooner than that.
So he
He said
plays
sooner than that.
the hell. Well, I'm saying, but they're going to reminisce. Be
Oh, they
like
gonna
20
look
years
at it,
ago, remember?
absolutely.
Remember when he was just on the show?
Yeah.
They're going to say that. I know they are.
They are.
So he plays a phenomenal guitar. Like, he beats the mess out them strings, okay? So this is my little guitar, because I'm going to try to do a solo. I'm going to try to do an accompaniment.
Okay.
I can't do a solo. I'll do an accompaniment with Tyler, all right? So I'm going to toss it back to Dee Dee. We're going to get this show on the road. She's going to tell you what we're talking about today. We're going to pay some bills, and then we're going to get into it with Tyler. Seawood.
Seawood? Hey.
Okay, so we have and I'm so excited that we have spouses in the house tonight because I'm curious to get some feedback from both of them.
This interview about her.
Actually, this interview is about spouses, significant others.
Bays.
If
Man.
Bay and them.
boom,
Bay and them.
how so Bay and
Do it.
them. Okay, so if your boo, whether it's spouse, honey, live in, love of your life, whatever they are, if there is a situation where you have a run-in with a member of their family, you have a whether it's a slight argument, a disagreement, or a huge blowout, do you expect your spouse, significant other, your boo, do you expect them to defend you against their family in a verbal, let's just say a verbal situation? We hope it don't get physical, but do you expect them to come to your defense in a situation where you have had a falling out with their relatives? Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight.
All
And I'm
right.
excited because we got a husband and a wife in here tonight. So,
They
the
almost
wifey
married.
is over
They
here like,
almost.
Lord Jesus.
But they all in love. Like
They
they
all
in love,
and
like
stuff.
lovey-dovey, like for
Lovey-dovey.
real. Like back in the day, your granny and your grandpa in love.
They
Oh, hey, we tried.
Ain't
We
that
tried.
sweet?
You can't really
Okay.
capture that too much no more. And they some young tenders too.
Yeah, they are. Well, we're going to have the lovebirds tell us what they think.
Okay.
And we're going to have the lovebirds tell us what they think that are here in studio, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. If you have not already joined us on Facebook Live, as Bryson said, you can find us either through the Edge on Air. You can find us through Sounds of Delight. You can find us through the original Bryson. You can find us through We Radio. Either one of those, you can find us also through Dee Dee Mathis. If either one of those Facebook pages are going to get you to this conversation, and you don't want to miss it. That's all I got to tell you. We have music coming up from Mula Moss, Mr. Tatiana himself.
Eyebrows on the
And we have A-List with Ordinary Girl and Like Whoa and so much more great music coming up. You don't want to miss it, along with our chit chat. So stay tuned right here to We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson here on the EdgeOnAir.com, a Beyond Air network station playing the greatest music you've never heard before.
You're tuned to We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson. Don't touch
Come on
it.
for this auto tune, y'all.
Auto-tune.
Man. Marvin said, better tell your spouse to chill out before both of y'all get beat up. You ain't even got, I don't think he ain't talking about y'all.
Not you
No, he's
specifically.
responding to what she
He's
said.
responding to the question.
And this is my ignorant cousin, so don't
The
play with
ignorant
nobody.
cousin. This like a comment from Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marvin. So if your significant other gets into it with somebody in your family, are you coming to their defense? And in the reverse, if you get into it with somebody in their family, are you expecting them to come to your defense? Just ask.
Smoke, you could talk about this, but I don't know, his baby mamas, he ain't coming to their defense.
Baby mamas plural.
He be trying to keep us off of them. I already know what time it is.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Keaton. He be like, cuz, go get her. He don't even
Oh, okay.
realize
Oh,
that.
okay. So he's sending y'all at him like, oh, okay. So they don't want no smoke.
And we real chill. We're real super duper chill. Speaking of chill Will in the building. Hey,
Hey, there him is. Hey, Will.
y'all, we got these toilet bowl breath savers. These ain't the toilet bowl
The
ones.
night one.
The toilet
ain't
bowl
the
ones be woo. Them be life.
So they're all crystallized looking on the outside, and then they have the color center.
Oh, so that's what she comes from.
They look like they look like the little biscuits for the little toilet bowl. Listen,
Lion King.
that means you don't tune in enough. I'm gonna tell you right now, because if you tuned in,
Nah,
even if you tuned in like
what's up,
once
bro?
a month, you would almost be
So
caught.
Denise, you said it depends.
When she came in, when I
It
first
depends
met her
on the
and Boris, I'm like,
situation. Okay, so I mean, let's talk about it.
I'm just saying.
You know, let's talk about it. I mean, if it's a situation to where I even have to open up my mouth, you know, because it shouldn't even get to that point. But since it's already at that point, how far do you go? And will you do it? Maritza says the only way I will step in is if someone is being disrespectful. If not, I will try and let them hold their own. So obviously, if you're stepping in, they're already being disrespectful.
Yeah.
For them to hold their own, somebody's already being disrespectful. So here y'all go with the PC stuff. Dee Dee, tell them.
Listen, don't come at me with that cutesy stuff, all the politically correct answers. What we want to know is at the end of the day,
where the rubber meets the road, what you gonna do when they come for you? That's what we want to know.
Clearly, it's already an issue.
It's
That's
an
why.
issue.
That's
It's
why
big.
the topic is at hand.
That's
Why it's already brought up. So it's already an issue. So how far do you go? How far do you go? Right is right, wrong is wrong, or no? You know, maybe it was your spouse who said something first that sparked the whatever, and then your brother, your sister, your sibling, your aunt, your uncle, whoever, your parent, whoever has a certain response, and things are getting out of hand. Now, of course, we're not talking about, you know, the ultimate disrespect where they're cussing each other out. We hope it never gets to that level, but it's an obvious disagreement. So how far do you let it go before you speak up? And if so, which angle do you take? What's the dynamic? Is your spouse wrong because they kicked it off? You know, are you defending your spouse because you feel like your sibling, your parent, your relative, whatever, is saying too much? What do you do? What's up, Aaron?
It's a loaded question.
Hey, Grigsby, could you let us out?
She like she got an answer.
Uh-oh.
She like she got an answer.
So
Okay.
to go back over the topic again for some people who are just tuning in, Dee Dee, go ahead. Dee Dee does this way better than I do. I know my flaws.
So, if your spouse or significant other has a falling out with somebody from your family, would you defend them? And on the reverse side, if you had a falling out with somebody from their family, would you expect them to defend you?
Hold on, I gotta do my accompaniment.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey.
Hold on.
Hey, Julio, I ain't seen you in a minute.
Bam. Am I doing good, Tyler?
Yeah, you
Thank
got
you.
it. You got it.
She got it.
She got it.
This is Jackson
You got the faces
Boulevard.
on
I know, because y'all be turning y'all face up. I be watching.
You got the faces.
Then they be biting on their lip. Then they be
Furniture
like,
is moving. Ooh, we.
I'm be with it.
Julio say he's gonna take it all the way to move the furniture if that's what he gotta do.
Yeah, Julio ain't playing.
I see.
This is Jackson Boulevard by Mr. Tyler Seawood. That's him right there.
And Tyler in the building. In the building.
Seawood. Y'all saw me jamming? Come on, y'all better support. Gail says, I know my husband will defend me, but I will also cut the hell up of myself.
I'm not mad.
I know that's right. No.
Listen.
Oh, big facts, Gail.
Baby,
I
you just
already
gotta
know.
mop. Don't worry about it. All you gotta do is mop.
Right, clean it up. Right,
Clean up on our floor.
Marissa says, sorry, I would defend mine. Ain't no sorries. You
Sorry,
defend.
not sorry.
You defending your mate, you're saying? Ain't no sorry. If you're going in, you're going all in. Smoke. Marvin says, we call him Smoke. He said, on the other hand, I received abuse from a spouse's family. That was what broke us apart. But she couldn't defend me. I felt like I was sleeping with the enemy. Yeah.
Well.
Marissa says, I'm going home with my other half, and I would have to defend them. Got you.
Okay.
What's up, Jakari?
Okay.
Robins.
Yes.
There's Jakari right here.
Hey, right.
My friends is talented, y'all. This Jakari, he on the keys.
You know, keyboard.
Hey, that be him for real.
I don't know who is playing these drums, but I need to meet
Oh,
them.
he gotta tune in. His name Quinton. I'm gonna tell him to tune in. You know what's up.
The assumption
Julio
is that I
says-
love my wife. That being the case, you hold your household down, then ask questions later. Oh, okay, Julio. He said, listen, I ask questions after you're home. Like, hey, baby, what was going on?
Marissa says, I expect my other half to have my back, so that's what we're supposed to do. Julio said, now I got it. Gail said, put them in a circle and sing Kumbaya. I try not to take any side if they're both wrong. Yeah, you know, if they're both wrong, how do you de-escalate that? You know what I mean? I mean, you just get your spouse and be like, come on, let's go. Or you be like, yo, relative, hey, come on. You know, that's a good one, Gail. That's a good outlook. Denise said, I would defend them if they're right, but I would also try to work it out between them.
Okay.
This is my other aunt, Sandra, and all the way in Orlando.
Hey.
She said, if I was wrong, I would try to talk. If he was wrong, I would try to talk to him one-on-one, private, hoping I could get him to see what was wrong. And if he doesn't, I would apologize on his behalf. And if he's right, I would have him covered for sure. Hold on, let me play mine.
She she can't even breathe good because she over here trying to get the doggone car out.
Man, I'm glad. I'm honored. You know, I'm honored. And I just told him,
I have
yeah,
the
he go
perfect
right
guest
here. So
host for you on
Quinton
this
Pryor,
topic. Okay.
he's gonna be watching us. He got us
Ooh, you
on
see me? Ooh, did y'all see me break it out? I was hustling. I had the face for it and everything. Ooh.
Bryson came to play today. She came to play and to slay. Oh, God.
Ain't nobody playing
Okay.
up in this.
Man.
Let's see.
Also, shout out to Willie Morris, who's on saxophone on that song.
Willie Morris. I ain't even do my saxophone. I'm gonna play it again. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play that joint again before the night is out, and I'm gonna do my saxophone. I'm gonna do my saxophone and my
Right, you
drums.
gotta do all this.
Okay, my saxophone and my drum just coming up. Shout out to Willie and Quinton. Okay, I got y'all.
Yes.
All right, let me go back to some of these comments.
Yes.
Julio says, many times family feels that blood is thicker than water, but they don't pay the bills or love you.
Nah,
Oh! Stab.
Shots
Shots
fired.
fired.
Shots fired.
We saying the same thing at the same time. Shots fired.
A woman's love is the most powerful. Ooh, Julio, you better bring that sexy up in here today, boy.
Julio talking about moving furniture and stuff. So
I have the
Listen,
perfect
Julio-
guest
He
host
was already
on
on
this
it.
topic. Crystal already knew.
they was already
Already know.
She said she has the perfect host for us on this topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Derek Tate, he said, what up, Tyler?
D Tate, man, what's good?
There's no one in the biz like you. Keep up the good work.
Aww.
Quinton, that's how you pronounce it, Quinton?
Quinton, yeah.
All right,
We call him
super
Reese,
dope.
though. We call him Reese.
Reese, okay, that don't go
Reese.
nothing with
Reese
Quinton,
Pieces.
but I'm with it. I'm with it.
He'll get it. He'll get it. He'll get it.
Follow me on IG. Follow me on IG, Quinton. Follow me on IG at the original Bryson. Shantae Edwards said, hey,
That's
Tyler.
big sis. What's up, sis?
That's your sister?
Yeah, that's my sister.
Hey, sister.
Hey.
Hey, sorry.
Family challenge.
I love
That's
it.
what's up, because you're
That's what's
famous,
up.
dude.
He's talking about because I'm famous. That's because you accompanied me. That's all I said.
That's what it was?
Yeah, that's all.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Her and her blow up guitar.
And you see how I brought in all the people. Look, everybody came in because she started playing.
Hello, Miss Linda Wiggins from Raleigh, North Carolina. Anybody? Linda Wiggins?
Let's God. Welcome, Linda.
Hey, she
Well,
just
we
tuned in.
appreciate
She
you.
felt the
Oh,
vibe.
we appreciate
Yes.
you tuning in. Thank
Yes.
you. Either way.
We love you, listeners.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Linda.
Linda,
Just to bring you up
listen.
to
Linda,
speed.
listen.
Oh, I'm not going to play with her today. Just to bring you up to speed, tonight's topic, our topic du jour, is we're wondering if your significant other, spouse, whomever, your boo, if you got into it with a member of their family, would you expect said significant other to defend you? And in the reverse, if they got into it with someone in your family, would you defend them? That's the question on the table for today. Would you do it? Would you expect them to do it for you? What are the parameters? One pass.
You're
An
new,
interesting conversation this far.
Linda, we
I
appreciate
love
you.
it. Welcome to
We
We
appreciate you,
Radio.
Miss
Yes,
Linda.
you
Thank you
do.
for
That's
tuning in. You got us we got all three of us over here cheese.
Cheese and heart.
Now, we love
Yay.
them people.
Well, we hope you enjoy the show. We do our best.
Yes.
We do our best. From North Carolina, we appreciate that.
Appreciate you much.
We're going live. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Okay. You're tuned into We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson here on the EdgeOnAir.com, a Be On Air network station. And we are so stoked because tonight we have in the building with us none other than Tyler Seawood. But before we start picking on Tyler, just before he's ready. He's ready to talk to y'all. He is so excited and ready to talk to y'all. But before we start picking on Tyler, we have to tell you a little bit about our ongoing Facebook conversation for this evening. So thus far, we have been asking the question, if your spouse, significant other, your boo, if they got into it with a member of your family, would you defend them? And conversely, if you got into it with a member of their family, would you expect them to defend you? So that's what we've been talking about this evening. And thus far, go ahead, Bryson, and give them some updates of some of the comments that we've seen thus far.
So Miss Linda Wiggins is new to the show, and she's tuning in
Welcome,
from
Linda.
Raleigh, North Carolina, and she said, "Oh my, that's why I'm divorced. My ex-husband never defended me." So it's amazing, man. You never know
See?
how you reach the masses. We've never met her before. She's never tuned in before. None of us are familiar with it. But this particular topic, man, you know, this stuff is real. And who knew that she would tune in on a day like today when we're talking about something that personally relates to her? So that's amazing, you know, how the universe connects. And that's also disappointing in the same fashion. Shantae says, I will not allow a fight to happen. My spouse and I would leave before the situation gets too heated.
Okay.
Hey, Celeste, thank you for tuning in. Celeste is going to be in a new show, a stage play with
Okay.
Dane Campbell, Murdering Macbeth. That's coming soon. I'll keep you guys posted
Please
on
do.
the 411. You'll find it soon on my page.
Okay.
We're in the building with Tyler Seawood, and Tyler is just as amazed at some of these responses as we are. Julio says, many times family feels that blood is thicker than water, but they don't pay the bills or love you. Denise says, I would defend them if they are right, but I would also try to work it out between them. Let's see. Maritza says, I expect my other half to have my back. Also, that's what we're supposed to do. She says she has her other half's back. Julio also says, a woman's love is unparalleled, so I guess you better get your ducks in a row. So those are a few comments that we've gotten so far. We got more coming up with Tyler Seawood. He has a new album out. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope or whatever. We're going to talk to him. I think we probably need to pay
A couple
bill
bills.
or
Mhm.
two.
A bill or two. Or two, you know. And then when we come back, we'll be talking to Mr. Seawood. And I'm so excited because I have a question I have been wanting to ask an instrumentalist forever, and I hope I get an answer. I hope I get an answer. I'm so super stoked.
She
You don't
wanted
want to
know
miss
if you
it.
play naked.
That
Like
wasn't,
at the
that
house
wasn't
in
my
the mirror.
question. That was not my question. For the record, his boo is in the station with us.
She
Little
don't
Miss
you
Blow
don't
Up
read
Bryson
it
over
in a,
here with her
in a
blow up
malicious or
guitar.
disrespectful fashion,
I'm
but
so not.
that's how some people
Listen.
get their energy.
Man, you know what? I guess you just have to
She
find out.
gonna be on
You
her
gotta
own
stay
up
tuned
here.
in. You gotta stay tuned in to find out that answer.
Okay. He said y'all gonna have to stay tuned to find out the answer, so he gonna answer that question. I'm not gonna play with y'all. Ooh, okay. You're tuned in to We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson here on the EdgeOnAir.com, a Beyond Air network station. We doing big things tonight. You know, we done already teasingly said that's your stripper name, so now you can if you want to. He said, what?
People what they want.
I get the people what they want.
Got to get the people. All right, let's go back to some of these comments.
Oh.
Derek Tate says, all right, Derek says, I'm sorry, I lost my spot.
Linda says she crying laughing. I'm not mad with you, girl. I'm not mad with you.
Linda, this is what it is, honey. This is what we do up in this camp.
Every week, it's an adventure. Welcome to the land of adventure.
Sandra Mendoza says, I have defended my husband and he has defended me.
That's what's up. That is what's up.
Sound like she put it down the law or something. Like, I have to defend it.
Right.
Listen, let me tell you something. You know what? Later on in this show, I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. Later on in this show, after we talk to Tyler and all that has been said has been done, I'm going to share with y'all the story of when I first got married. Like, literally, my wedding day. And I'm going to tell you, this subject hits home to me majorly. Because it should have been the red flag. It should have been the red flag that I needed to get a number. I'm going to tell you right now, that thing is so real. It is so real to me. And I'm going to share with y'all the story of my wedding day so y'all can get a full appreciation of why if your spouse don't have your back, it's gonna be a problem later on in life.
Y'all
Especially
know
with
Dee
their
Dee always
family.
got some super cool
Listen,
stories.
I done been through some
Yeah,
stuff.
super cool stuff.
I done been through some stuff. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not paying a therapist. Oh, because I got y'all. Yeah, y'all are my therapist. That's why. Because I got y'all.
She pays
I
me
talk
with
about it with
food.
y'all.
She pays me with food.
I do. Every week, well, not every week, but most weeks.
And there's no argument behind that.
Yeah. No, yes, it is. Because, like, I brought her cake today. She said, that's a lot. She looked at it and said, that's a lot. I said, it's okay.
There's no
Sure.
argument behind it, though.
She was looking like, I was like, it's not a lot. She said, it's a lot. Like, you can share it. It's okay.
Take it on.
Okay, so I think after Ordinary Girl, we're going to go live with Mr. Tyler Seawood.
Seawood?
I need to figure out a way to put that on like a record or something. I might just have you come in.
I mean, I'm just saying,
like,
you know,
for
I gotta
real,
do
'cause
it.
You the only one that kind of coined it like that.
Man.
Oh,
For
okay.
real.
All right.
You did.
I'm not mad. Listen,
No.
uh-oh.
Say it like that.
Uh-oh. I don't want no problem.
Like,
See, now he got
So
to...
woo.
You know how
He
like
got to...
Look, here, go right
See,
here.
here they
I'm
go.
defending you. I'm
Here they
defending
be
her. She said it
defending her.
first.
She said it
She said it
first.
first.
Hands
I'm defending
down.
her.
Party
Sorry,
over.
Bryson,
It's
you
a
gotta-
wrap.
yeah, you gotta wait.
Celise said, what's the scenario? She said, she's like, okay, so Celise, what we were asking was, if your significant other got into a disagreement, an argument, was under attack from somebody from your family, would you defend them? And conversely, if you had a falling out with somebody in their family, would you expect them to defend you with their family? Sandra said, when you're right, but if you're wrong, then you're wrong. We should always be able to understand and work on it. I am not mad with you. You're absolutely right. But if your family is in the wrong, are you going to stand on the sidelines? Are you going to take action? So let's assume that if your spouse has had a falling out with your family, somebody in your family, that your family is in the wrong. Are you going to come to the defense of your significant other? Celise said, hell yeah and hell yeah. Period. That's what I'm talking about. Period. That's what I'm talking about right there. And are you going to expect the same from your significant other? Are you going to expect them to come to your defense if you have a falling out with somebody in their family? And let me ask you something. Would it matter to you, like, who it was in their family? I'm just curious. Like, you know, if it was a parent or a grandparent as opposed to a sibling, would your expectation change?
That is a deeper question, Dee Dee. That's a. Y'all give it up for Dee Dee.
That put a whole nother.
As soon as you said it, I was over here and I was looking like I was pushing buttons, but I stopped there. I was like, ooh.
That's.
I who sing this song. This is "Ordinary Girl" by Alus. Spell A-L-U-S. Alus.
Granddad and grandpa.
Right, because it's like if it's my grandparents, I'm just seeing red like off top.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, that make you, okay,
Shantae says she knows that he has her back because the situation like that has happened before. Strong and wrong, then check me when we leave.
and I'm with that too.
You know what?
That's
actually.
Because
it's not even because y'all can fix that later because y'all going home together, right? Oh man, that's actually.
He's like, wait, I'm not sure anymore.
We are live. We radio on the edgeonair.com. You see, it's all the way lit in this camp.
It is. It is.
Yeah, we all over the place. Okay, we're in the building. TheEdgeOnAir.com, the greatest music you've never heard. We play independent artists all the time. And we got one of our favorite independent artists. I'm going to venture out and say probably our favorite instrumentalist at least. Tyler Seawood.
All right.
But I didn't coin.
No.
He said you
name.
did.
Yeah,
he said you got.
No, but I'm defending.
You're defending. You're defending your boo.
He's trying to keep the peace.
He's trying to go home in peace.
See, that's what it's all about. Yeah, I gotta take notes.
We gotta share this.
I got you.
So if your spouse, your significant other, your mate, your boo gets into it with one of your relatives, who do you defend? Do you speak up? Do you not? Celeste says, hell yeah and hell yeah, period. Hey, Geneva, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Kim, thank you for tuning in. Everybody's here with us on Facebook Live. Check it out via the original Bryson, via Sounds of Delight, and via Tyler Seawood. Seawood. So Celeste says, hey, strong and wrong, then check me when we leave. And I'm kind of with that, because if you're wrong, you're supposed to support, your mate, by any means necessary. And if you're wrong, I'm pull you out the situation, and then I'm gonna check you like, hey, don't come for my mom like that no more. I get it.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
I get it. Dee Dee just broke some stuff down, even a little more. You want to share that with everybody on the air?
So I was asking everybody, in the midst of this conversation, would your response change at all based on the positioning of that person in the family? For example, if your spouse, significant other, had a falling out with your sibling, or if they had a falling out with your parent or grandparent, is your response still going to be the same? And conversely, if you had a falling out with their sibling or parent or grandparent, would you expect their response to be the same, like across the board, regardless to who it is in the family? Or would you be like, listen, I know that's his mom, so I know he's not going to be, whatever. Would your expectation change? Does it change on either side, whether for yourself or for your significant other, based on the relationships that are involved in the disagreement? So that was the next layer of the conversation. It is because, cause especially in our community, because respect is everything, right? They say conversely that, to men, respect is everything. Men want to be respected and women want to be loved. But in the African American community, for sure, respect is everything. Respect is everything first. So, so there has that, it's that added layer of, am I being disrespectful to, my mom by taking, my spouse's side for whatever is going on, or my grandparent, if they got into it with them, am I wrong, for taking up for my significant other? So, it adds a different layer to the conversation, it commercially. So, that having been said, I'm going to let y'all marinate on that for a little while. And while y'all marinating on that, we're going to talk about Mr. Tyler Seawood.
Hey.
Seawood?
I'm afraid to say it now because he's already told us that nobody says it as good as Bryson. So, I'm just gonna go with the traditional Seawood pronunciation. I'm just gonna go straight through it. I'm not trying for any affectations.
Feel free.
No enunciation.
Feel led.
No, I'm led to say Seawood just like this. I'm led just like this. It's too much pressure now. No matter what I say, I'm gonna feel like he's just gonna placate me. I'm never gonna really. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We never. You're tuned into We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson here on the EdgeOnAir.com, a Beyond Air network station. So before we get started, I want to give you guys a little bit of background on Mr. Seawood, who is 25 years old. A young tender, as Bryson would say, just young. Has already established himself as an agile, disciplined musician on the Chicago music scene. All of these things are true. He has played with the likes of Vashawn Mitchell. I know y'all know who. Nobody Greater. Who don't know Nobody Greater? Sir Solo. Couldn't find nobody. Looked high and low. Couldn't find nobody. That was nobody greater. Nobody greater. Nobody greater than you. Yeah. That was Vashawn Mitchell. He played with him. Rick Wilson, Javon Landry. The man is busy, okay? And, of course, our very beloved Chris Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Our darling, our We Radio darling, Chris Michael. He has played with him. Now, not only does he play, but he also is a recognized professional as an audio engineer, session musician, and musical director. But right now he is pursuing artistry and composition. Love it. His current sophomore EP, Hoodies and headphones.
Hoodies and headphones.
Volume
Volume
1
one.
is available on all digital platforms.
Go get it.
He said it's inspired by the city of Chicago. We'll be talking to him a little bit in a moment. We're not gonna read the whole bio for you, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. But I wanted to tell you guys what's so fast. One of the things, not what is like it's the only, but one of the things that's so fascinating about him is he actually didn't even start playing an instrument until he was like 13 years old.
Yeah, it was late.
And he was just kind of fiddling around on his dad's drums. And then by 16, he had already taught himself how to play bass and piano, as well as playing drums. So in 3 years' time, he went from just, oh, that sounds good, taught himself how to play 2 other instruments. Then he had the nerve to turn around and go to school for it, and everything else. So, oh my God, Tyler, welcome to We Radio. Welcome back to We Radio.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody tuning in.
You know what? The pleasure is all ours. Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell us about hoodies. Tell us about hoodies.
All right, so Hoodie and Headphones. My first project was actually entitled New Beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something I was creating like in college. I ain't had no money. And it's a whole backstory to that.
Okay.
So that released in like 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So after I did that, I didn't really push it because I was pretty much just kind of trying to get through school and. So I was just like, I really want to put something else together. I really want to put something out because I hadn't released any music since then. I felt like I had grown so much. I got my degree. I'm like, I should go ahead and just put everything that, I am right now into a project. And so, I'm speaking to my bad.
No,
I'm trying to project.
No, you're good. You're good.
So this project, it actually, it was a kind of like a commitment to myself. I wanted to create something that kind of took everything that I kind of am and put it into give myself a deadline.
Okay.
And then put it into the project. And so that process was like I think I started in February. It was like the 28-day challenge thing. I posted a little bit about it on Instagram, but most of it was just like I'm going to start an entire new project from scratch, no pre-made beats, chords, nothing. Just straight from the blank slate and make this music and just have it be. I even prayed, I even kind of just tried to fast a little bit.
All right.
It had to be like a total experience, as a total creative experience. So like spiritually, mentally, physically, all go into this music and put it out at the end of that. So that's what that entire Hoodie and Headphones thing came out of. It was just that experience to try to sit and hone in on the purest version of myself creatively. So
okay. So on this EP, what is your favorite track? What's your favorite track?
I feel like for me this was the easy one. I love Impressions. It's the second track on there.
Mm-hmm.
Features one of my favorite musicians. His name is Jackson Shepard on guitar. He actually helped write that song. At first I just had like the beat and like the bass there, but I was like, man, I'm so busy trying to get all this other stuff together. Can you just make magic on this and send it back and we can collab on it? And he did it within like a couple of days. I was like, this dude is amazing. And we were able to kind of make it come out. And it was actually the last track we did before the actual EP even dropped. So I only had like a day to get it together to put it on the record, but he made it happen. So shout out to Jackson Shepard.
Jackson Shepard.
Yeah, so that's my favorite track. Mainly because it just is the smoothest to me. It's got such a cool, chill, laid-back vibe.
Okay.
Every time I hear it, I feel like it's just like a universal track. You can do it right on your commute. You can do it, listen to it on anywhere, pretty much. So that's my favorite track.
Okay. So now, is that the one that you struggled the most with as well on this project?
Honestly, yeah. I would say I struggled with it only because I had, and I won't say no names, but I attempted to send it off to collab with another musician of mine. He's out of Nashville, and I figured he was pretty busy, so I was just like, I gave him at least like I started it in February. I gave him like the whole month to like at least get back to me. We can collab. It didn't really happen like that, and I was just kind of discouraged about it because I'm like, man, the project is done. Like it's pretty much almost done. I got this one thing which is a beat. It needs some like love, so I don't know who I can turn to. I don't have enough mental energy to kind of get it all together. So I would say, yeah, it definitely was one of the most challenging It may not sound like it musically, but definitely creatively, it was one of my most troubling tracks. Like.
Okay. All right. And so, so here's the question I've been wanting to ask.
Shoot.
An instrumentalist. I have been itching to know. Okay, so you have several tracks that you've developed, and they have a name, they have a title, right? There are no lyrics. It's all music. Where does the name come from? Because like when you're writing a song, a lot of times it's the hook or it's the chorus, or even if it's or maybe it's one line or one or two words in the song that basically is the epitome of that song.
Right.
That tells you what you can expect. But when it's only instrumental, how in the world do you hear words that we don't know that you hear that you call it the song? Or where does the name come from?
The name, it depends. A lot of times, I want to see what it say, like 60% of the time, it comes from me asking wifey over here, hey, what do you think this should sound like? What's the name of this? And I'll run a couple ideas by her. If it don't, she's like, I don't think it fit the vibe. She'll say, no, I'll go back to the drawing board. The other like 40% is it comes from an experience. So it'll be maybe something like Aurora. That's the fourth track on the EP.
I wanted to ask you about that one.
That came from one of my little brothers. His name is AJ. He's in school right now at ISU. He was going through this kind of like a similar process with his creativity. He was talking about being celibate and trying to really pursue God and everything like that. And Aurora kind of birthed out of that, and Aurora just means like new beginnings and new everything like that. So I was like, man, if it's okay with you, can I adopt that name? Because this track kind of gives me that feeling of like a fresh start, a new something that's very wide and open and big. So I think a lot of times it may come from an experience or the mood of the song that'll help with the title generation for that. But a lot of times.
And here I go thinking that because you knew I am from the great city of Aurora,
you know what?
It's all about you.
I thought you had dedicated that joint to me.
But you know what, Bryson? Like my mom, that's my mom's favorite track. Yeah. And she went to Aurora College, so I mean, she thought it was about her too. So it's all right. You ain't
I love it.
But that's the best thing. That's what I love about my music in particular. That it's so broad that it's up for interpretation. However you resonate with it, however you relate to it,
vibe.
That's what helps it. Exactly. That's what helps you vibe to it. And I'm completely grateful if you even like it at all. So
your sister Shantae says, I love how the titles to his songs actually work. Like his track Blue Line, when I listen with my eyes closed, I feel like I'm at the Blue Line train station, literally.
Well, come on, sis.
Come on, sister.
Yes.
Hey.
Well, let's listen to a little Tyler Seawood.
Let's do it.
And while we're listening,
what up, Otis?
I'm going to catch up and see what all I missed in commentary.
It's
regarding our questions. For I know, right?
It's a juicy topic for sure.
I feel like we need to do a little bit of both. So I'm gonna catch up in my reading while we listen. Y'all ready?
Oh wait. All right, y'all know I'm about to play, right? Your cousin Otis said, "What's up, cousin? I see you."
What's going on?
What's up, J-Dub? What's up, Tori? Thanks for tuning in. That funky DJ is checking in from Arlington Heights, man. You always out there with the kids. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing your love all the time.
Hey, what's going on, funky DJ?
What's up,
Freesa? Please don't play no games. Freesa, I don't care who it is. Calvin said, defend me. He said, especially when I'm in the right. Okay, Calvin, I see you. Oh, to see what Junior say, Cuzzo, I see you. Hey, Eddie.
Let me get my second.
This is Willie Morris again on the saxophone, point time on the drums.
I got me a drum solo coming up in a minute.
Yeah, I'll let you know. He do got a drum solo.
I know, I heard it.
Oh, see? You see the big fan.
She ready. Here she go.
Let's go.
What? Are y'all ready though? I don't think they ready.
Nah, they not ready.
They ain't ready.
You see me turn it up?
You gotta do your sax. This is saxophone solo coming up. There you go. There you go. Hey. Funny story about this one though. I gave Willie the music to this. I mean, it was like the day of, and this is like 6 pages worth of music.
Oh wow.
I was
And he
like,
just made it happen.
he made it happen.
Natural talent.
But that's, hey, I only hang around good people like that.
I know, that's
Oh,
right.
That's why.
Hey, Donna
They
G.
make me sound better. So.
You weren't ready, Shantae? Listen, if you tune in to We Radio, you gotta stay ready. Stay ready so you'll never feel
She
ready.
said she wasn't ready for the inflatable guitar.
Oh.
Oh, baby, you don't even know what's gonna happen around here. I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, you wasn't ready. Do you know how many times she almost hit me with that thing today?
Yeah, a few times.
I'm losing my voice. She almost hit me with that thing a few times. Shantae, you ain't the only one wasn't ready.
Come on, play.
It's beautiful. I loved every track. They're so
I
beautiful.
appreciate you. I appreciate it. It's literally just kind of, you can play this anywhere. And that's really
Yes.
why I make it. I really make it so that, it's hard to just throw this on and not feel either calm, soothed,
Right.
or relaxed, or
Exactly.
like it's
Exactly.
Or happy, you know?
or
I
happy.
feel like I need a glass of wine and I need to
Now
just
you
sit on
definitely
the
sound like my
balcony.
mama, because that's
They be
Listen,
sitting
I
on
just-
the
is
I'm
her.
patio.
just chilling.
Out in the patio.
Just chilling, like
See, look, that's,
just watching the waves go past.
I'm glad I can be the soundtrack to somebody, relaxation. So that's really.
Hey, babe. Babe Houston. Hey, babe.
What's up, babe?
How you doing?
Babe, where you tuning in from?
Yeah, you should. Where's everybody coming from? That's all. Nah, that's in North Carolina on there.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
Tyler,
nice.
they are loving this track.
Are
They keep hitting the hearts and the likes. They blowing it up.
Hey,
Look at that.
love y'all. Appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all.
Man, y'all can check him out at Tyler Seawood. Follow him on all social media platforms. Make sure you go download his music.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm good. We're
It's a
good.
drum solo right here. Oh, you gotta go ahead.
Ah, you about to miss the drums. Oh, watch out, y'all. It's about to get real.
Yeah, you was going crazy on this solo. I was like, all right, that's how you feel. Shout out to Quinton Pryor, man.
So, babe, welcome to We
Reese is
Radio with
snapping,
Dee Dee
boy.
and Bryson. We're so stoked to have you with us tonight. We're hanging out with Tyler, and we're actually Tyler Seawood, and we're listening to a track by Tyler right now.
New beginnings. Babe, where are you watching from? Where are you tuning in from?
And I love that you gave us the enunciation for your name, so we didn't do it wrong.
Because
Appreciate
this
you.
one right here, it would have been everything other than that.
Other than that.
I'm so glad you gave it to us.
I'm gonna let you know right now. It's about B.A. It was about, so glad. Houston, Texas, hey!
Houston.
Houston in the house!
You want to line or what?
Yep, let's go live. Some people are finding music. That is New Beginnings by none other than Mr. Tyler Seawood.
Seawood.
See, what?
There you
Hey,
go.
there you go.
There you go. Go ahead and get it, Bryson. Go ahead and get to the people.
See, what?
You're tuned into We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson, and we are hanging out here on the EdgeOnAir.com, a Be On Air network station, playing some of the greatest music you've never heard before, like this track called New Beginnings that we were just listening to by none other than Mr. Tyler Seawood, who is here in the building with us tonight. So Tyler, tell everybody where they can find your music, where they can find you, and if you have any upcoming events.
So you can find my latest project right now, Hoodie and Headphones Volume 1, all across all digital platforms, so Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. Also, if I'm actually reposting the New Beginners project, I had some complications with it, but it'll be back up.
Okay.
So right now it's on SoundCloud. You got my same name across all social media, Tyler Seawood. And then as far as shows, I'm working on that. I don't have a definitive answer for right now, but right now I'm just working on putting the content out. So definitely want to have y'all bumping as many tracks from me as y'all can. So that's what I got out right now. So
Okay, that's what's up. Now, just in case you thought I was going to let you get off this hot seat without answering
no, let's go.
question.
Let's go. I've been waiting on that.
Oh, you've been waiting?
I've been
Okay,
waiting on
well,
it.
bring it on. Sharp Rocks at the bottom. So, if it's you fell out with your boo's family, somebody in your boo's family, whoever it was, mama, grandmama, great granddaddy, sister, cousin, uncle, whomever it may be, do you expect boo to come to your defense? Yes or no? What say you?
Not only do I expect it, but I know for a fact that she will, because that's just who she is, and she's proven that to me
All right.
countless amount of years. And on the flip side, so she's trying to put on.
She said, let me get the
On the flip side, I am definitely coming to her rescue at any given time. That's just the type of man I am. And we've actually been through some similar situations with, I think she's trying to get those.
Pass those to her.
Yeah, she's trying to get those.
But we gonna put you on.
Right. I've been in a similar situation. We have been in similar situations as this question. And what I've found that it's sometimes, we call it playing the dozens. That's kind of our little thing that we it's kind of like playing chess, not checkers. So if you know and you can see ahead of time kind of how stuff is escalating, or if it's already some tension there based on because some stuff like this question right here, that is based on the fact that stuff has already been building up. If you're already at the point where you're having to defend, stuff been building up. So if we are in a situation where I can foresee that there's some tension there based on just body language, because I'm a really good people reader. So if I can see the body language, I can just see her. I notice her tense up, or by a certain action of my family member, I see them do a certain thing. I'm going to already be in like kind of conflict resolution. I'm going to be de-escalating the situation. I'll remove either one of them from that, whether I'll just kind of joke it and play it off or something like that. Or if there is a situation where I just cannot, separate them, or it's already at that point, I still will step in, but later on I will just honestly, converse with her later. I'm going to still take her side, but I'm going to converse with her later and let her know, like, actually, let's just remove from that altogether. Because at the end of the day, I'm coming home to her. That's going to be, that's going to be my backbone for the rest of my life. So why would I even jeopardize that? Family gonna be family. You can't change blood, so it's like I'd rather keep the one I done searched and labored and prayed for and all of that than to be trying to worry about losing family. Like you gonna be family. I'm gonna see you anyway, so that's how I feel.
All right now. Okay, now reintroduce your boo to everybody, and then so she can step over here to this microphone and say what she gotta say.
All right, so we are not officially married yet, but this is my fiance Tania, soon to be Seawood.
All right.
Seawood.
She's so
this the brains behind everything right here. Hey
y'all. Hi.
She just getting off work.
I know, right? Like I'm in the whole little get up.
Don't even trip.
Yeah.
We all in the whole little get up. Don't even trip.
This baby right here, y'all.
Babe.
Aww.
You just had a birthday too, didn't you?
I might have had a birthday.
You had one.
I
I saw all the photos and all the love he was sending out to
I was
you.
a photographer that day. I felt important.
Y'all did it up. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. So y'all want me to dive in?
Go ahead, dive right on in.
Basically, I agree with Celeste. I agree with you. I think that you should defend in public, but then in private that you need to have those those important conversations.
Okay.
One of the first reasons why I believe that is because number one, I'm not going to be in attack mode in front of my family, especially to my spouse or my partner.
Okay.
Because that's going to I guess what you would say, muddy up the environment.
Okay.
Or basically what your family sees about your partner.
Right. Okay.
Because once I get done, yelling at him or whatever, or we get through whatever we've gotten through, they will remember that incident, and then they'll always refer back to it. So I don't believe in that.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely feel like he would defend me. He better.
She said he better.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so kidding. I'm so kidding. Because I know his family is watching.
No, she's not. That's why Shantae
I know
right
his
now.
family
She's
is
like,
watching.
But Shantae says sis.
Yeah, that's her twin.
That's my twin, yeah.
Okay.
Funny story behind that, but yeah, that's my twin. But yeah, I definitely would defend him just as well as I would expect him to defend me. We got we got a fair balance of reciprocity going on in the
Come on with
relationship.
your
So I feel
reciprocity. These young tempers in here.
So I feel like if I'm doing something, if I'm exemplifying something that I need on my end, you should do it as well. And if not, then that refers back to those conversations we have behind closed doors. Like, hey, this is a problem. Like, if you can't do this, then maybe me and you don't congeal right.
Congeal.
Yeah.
Yeah, she do that all the time.
So listen, you guys are getting married soon, and we're not rushing. I know you guys are still in the planning phases, but we radio, me and Dee Dee, we want to be the flower girls.
Flower
Okay.
girl.
Y'all
I was definitely gonna recruit you for the band, but you know what?
Oh, we
I
was
think we
band.
get.
I mean,
You gonna have
That's
to bring
what
her
I'm saying.
plastic
I was
guitar?
gonna Look, right on up there.
I think
I
we
can
got
do it.
like
I can do
20
both.
flower girls. So
Yeah, 20 flower girls.
Listen,
You got 20 flower girls?
we've been joking so much about the guest list because it's like me being a musician, and she know a lot of people too. So it's like that list is just we gonna have to.
Yeah, save your coins.
Yeah, we gonna have. We might. I don't know.
Y'all gonna run away? He's like, it's tempting. It's tempting.
I'm telling you, it's about like, look, cause you gotta think like as many gigs as I've done over the years. You gotta think everybody gonna say, they expecting to be there, and it's like, man, listen, I don't know. I don't have to see. We'll see it, but we maybe have it in like Millennial Park or something. Everybody can just walk in and just look.
There you go.
You know.
That means they ain't feeding us.
I mean, you gotta pay for people sitting down and eating too. So I mean,
So see, they really trying to iron it out. See, this is what you should do. You should just have it like at the Taste or something.
yeah. See, that's what I'm at with
Let
it.
them know about it.
Just have it. Look,
And then it's it's whatever.
It's whatever.
Bring your lawn chairs.
Right,
Do
bring
it at
the
the
lawn
taste of
chair.
BOA. Smaller taste, farther out, less people will come.
Absolutely.
Boom,
There
pow.
you go. See, there you go. See, that's smart.
There you go.
Shantae says she's the flower girl. Damn, Shantae,
Oh, see?
I thought you was gonna be like
21.
a
There
So
we
we
go.
got 21
21,
flower
okay.
girls.
I mean, we could come up with a dance routine and everything.
That would be hot.
A dance
That would
routine.
actually be hot though.
We could do that.
You talking about some kid and play kick back?
Yeah,
forth?
yeah.
I mean, we can do all that. We can come up with our own slide or whatever.
A slide.
We
We're
can
gonna
do it.
develop your own
That would
slide.
be hot.
The
There you go.
Seawood slide.
The
Seawood
Seawood
slide.
slide.
We ain't got one though.
Oh.
See
Oh my goodness.
that? Hey,
You ain't got one of those.
we don't.
Who
The
else?
Seawood
Ain't nobody
else?
even thought of that.
Listen, you ought to change your guest list to people that are going to be able to bring you gifts that nobody else can provide you
That's
with.
so. I mean, we definitely.
There you
talked
go.
about that. Yeah.
What you bringing? What you got? You ain't got a slide? Oh, okay.
It's
I don't
gonna
know how
have-
you gonna
it's
type
gonna
a
have
slide. We gotta think
We're gonna
about
have to
this.
bid in.
Look, there you go. Put your bid in. We'll see whether or not you can come.
Yeah, you see. Hey, just so y'all know, this is their ideas to us. So we haven't thought of these yet. So
He said we haven't thought of these yet.
put that disclaimer out though.
Yeah, you want to put the disclaimer out, but later on when y'all find out y'all got a bid for an invite, y'all can thank me later.
Yeah,
Okay.
see,
It's all
hey,
good.
Dee Dee.
And I mean them, because at the end of the day, when they think about all the money they don't have to spend, they will thank me later.
They talking about over.
That's Chris' mom. That's
Is
Chris
it?
Michael's mom.
Hey!
Talking about our old behinds being flower girls. Mama Cookie, listen. I'm gonna be tossing out some flowers, some petunias,
Petunias.
some marigolds or something. I'm gonna be doing.
Marigolds and petunias.
Yes, marigolds and petunias for the
Mama
Seawood.
Cookie, I just want to say for the record, I didn't say nothing.
Y'all keep it
I
locked
didn't
right
say
here.
nothing.
We'll be back. We're gonna pay a couple bills. We got more with Seawood in the
Seawood.
building.
Hey.
We radio the edge on air.
Mama Cookie with me. I just want to say for the record, it with me.
Where's Mama Cookie? Mama Cookie don't pull no punches ever.
No, she don't even care. Hey, Mike. Not even a little bit.
She said Virgos stink. Oh, man.
They do. No lie.
We don't want that.
Right.
Oh God, Mama Cookie also said my boo better back me up or we're gonna have a problem later at home. Never in front of other people.
Okay, that's what's
You
up.
gotta do the public, you know.
You ain't gotta do
Reprimand
the
it.
public dress down.
Yeah, you don't need, there's no need to do that. You can call it no problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, who just shot her?
She said Marigold stink. She ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. And then,
What's up?
what happened?
What's up, Sean? Thanks for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
Man, guys, so your comments are off the chain. We love them. We love all of them. Make sure you continue to support Tyler Seawood. He's doing big things. You know, we never bring anybody into the building who's not doing big things. We hang with smart people and good-looking people. That's what we do around here. Now, I'm not going to say which one he is and he ain't. But either way, he come from good stock. That's what the old people say. He come from good stock. So support Tyler Seawood. We're going to get back a little bit to our question. Man, look at all the little likes, all the loves. Likes and loves, man. They're killing it.
Love y'all. Appreciate it. Seriously.
Tyler Seawood. Hey, Celise, I got you. I got you covered. You already know that. I want a piece. I got you. I know. So, guys, we're talking about, do you expect for your mate, your spouse, or significant other to defend you when it comes to a family altercation with one of your loved ones? How far do they go? Do you expect them to speak up? Do you speak up? If they don't, what happens? If they do, what happens? If you're wrong and they have to check you, what happens? So we want to know. B, I knew I was going to do it eventually. Babe, you're good. Babe, you're good. You're all good.
It's all good.
We appreciate the love.
Okay, so, Celise, I just wanted to let you know, we, the artists that we have on our show, we typically play their music or they provide some other services, in whether they're an entrepreneur or they're a writer or a cook or whatever, but there's somebody who we can introduce to our listeners. So if you are a performer, you're a performing artist, whether you're a spoken word artist or a singer or whatever, if you have tracks that we can play, they need to be profanity free. Let me say that again. They need to be profanity free. Send those to submit@theedgeonair.com and also to We Radio with Dee Dee and Brysen at gmail.com. Send it to both of those so we can start playing your music and we can set up a time for you to come in and do an interview or for us to do one over the phone. I think we can actually do the Facebook Live thing too. It gets a little quirky, but we can do it.
Celise knows what's up. She's an actress.
Oh.
She's an actress.
Okay.
She does stage plays and things.
All of that.
And she's an MC. So we're connected, like a host.
Oh, okay.
MC like a host. But I think she do got bars too though. But I don't know if she let everybody see it.
You have upcoming performances that we can have our listeners support. Absolutely be glad to bring you in, introduce them to you, and vice versa.
It's me and she.
Hey, it's me and she.
And all of me here on We Radio.
Absolutely.
On the Edge on Air.
Dee Dee, I did it a second ago. If you don't feel like, if you go up a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if you can pin it.
Did you do both?
Yes.
Okay.
Never embarrass your partner in public. I know that's right. Don't embarrass me.
Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Don't waste another minute in a career you don't love. You can be
Hey, Kitty.
DJ, producer,
it's gonna let me.
No, I'll try to do it.
It won't let me copy. Hey, Chris. How's it going?
What to be seen and not viewed, Jack? I tell you.
We're talk about it.
And financial aid for those who qualify. You'll have access to amazing internships and job placement assistance when you
Coming up, we got Jackson Boulevard from Tyler Seawood.
Learn more at beonair.com.
Hey, Karen Kitty from Washington.
beonair.com.
Welcome. Welcome to We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson. So, we were talking earlier about whether or not you feel like your significant other or spouse should defend you if you get into it with somebody in their family, and conversely, in the reverse. So, if they were to get into it with somebody in your family, would you defend them? And does that change based on the relationship that are involved?
It's a vibe.
I feel like I'll be playing this one for real.
That's how shit make you feel.
Okay, babe, I'm not mad with you. You right. She said, my grandma once said, if you're bad enough to embarrass someone, then you're bad enough to get embarrassed. So before you react, think about what you would want done to you. Tell her. Like
Get it
it.
right on the head.
Like it a lot. Like it a lot.
However, they should defend depending on the situation. Respect goes a long way. Shantae, stop laughing at my guitar. I'm serious about this thing.
She got good reason.
She said
I'm
she got
serious.
it.
I'm really an instrumentalist at heart, like for real. I really am at heart, like for
We
real.
know.
Hey,
We know.
I support you, bro.
They're there.
Thank you, Tyler. Don't patronize me.
Huh?
Don't patronize
Right.
me.
What? Patronize.
I was there.
Lord. I
Thank you,
would
Maritza.
never patronize you. Never.
When I get famous from playing my guitar, she gonna be wanting to come to my show.
The blow up guitar. That's
She
the
gonna
one?
want to come to my show.
Did y'all get anyone from
I'm gonna cover your show. What you talking about? And I better get a press release.
Did you get any of his other stuff?
from the new one?
I put in everything that I got today. There's Jackson Boulevard, New Beginnings, and what's the other one? It was And Home. That was his too.
Oh man.
No, these are from the new
This
Jackson
one?
artist.
No, them ain't from the new one.
No, sir. I put in there what I got.
It's all good. That's more reason for them to go check it out. If they like this, they're gonna like it.
Mama Cookie, I love her.
That's that grown folks music now.
Mama
Come
Cookie.
on! You all, hey. You offer me some.
Get her, Mama Cookie. Get her. Oh. Yes.
Right.
I will take some wine. Thank you. I said that a minute ago. Yes. I'm like, yes, a glass of wine, kick back, watch the water, wave, just, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Bring it on. Okay, so since we're chit-chatting, I told you guys earlier I was going to tell y'all about my wedding day. So y'all can understand why this topic is a little bit near and dear to my heart. So, the day that I got married, mind you, my fiance and I were living together already at the time.
They were shacking up.
We was shacking up. Kids and everything involved already. We lived about a mile away from the church that we were getting married at. We both attended the church. Grew up in that church. My cousin was supposed to pick up my future spouse at that point to bring him to the church for the wedding. He was running late. He didn't pick him up. Fiance walked to the church.
How you gonna have a wedding without the man? He didn't pick him up.
Listen.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go on so they don't start without me.
It was an all crazy day. It was an all crazy day all the way around. He didn't pick him up.
Hey, Miles.
The wedding started late because I got there late. The bridesmaids got there late. The groom got there late. Everybody got there late for different reasons. Right? It was everything that could possibly go wrong did. Right? So my future mother-in-law was sitting there at the church waiting. Now, mind you, she was not a church-going woman. She was not a church-minded woman. In fact, I recollect the conversation that she and I had, whereby she told me that she not only did not have any expectations of going to heaven, but indeed she expected to go to hell, and that she expected that both her ex-husbands would be there to greet her, and that she expected her kids to put a couple of cases of beer in her casket, and those thirsty so-and-sos wasn't getting none of it when she got there. Now, understand me that was the mindset of the woman that was sitting there at the church waiting for the wedding that she didn't want to happen. So she's talking to the first lady of the church. She don't know who she's talking to, and she don't care. She's talking to the first lady of the church, who's trying to calm her nerves because the wedding is clearly starting off late. She looked at the first lady and said to her, "My son is walking to this church. He should be walking in the other blankety blank direction." That was the beginning of her conversation. But by the time the wedding had ended, she had called my mother's couple choice names under her breath. And she was sitting behind my godparents, didn't know it. And then when the pastor asked if anybody had anything to say, she was sitting in the back clearing her throat as if she was about to stand up and have something to say. Right. So when I tell you that was the beginning of great things, and then later on during the reception, during the garter ceremony, she had an entire conniption fit because he was about to remove the garter with his teeth. My son don't get on his knees for no blankety blank body. Oh yes, right there in the church at the reception. Yada, yada, yada. So some of the things I knew about, heard about, saw it as it happened. Other stuff I heard about after the ceremony, after all of the events, and after nobody came to the after party, right? Nobody came. So, so I told my husband at that point about said events and said to him, I really think that you should have a talk to your mom about all the things that transpired and all the feelings that she hurt in the process. And he chose not to, because he didn't want to offend his mother. When I tell you, I should have known then that was the beginning of many great things that were going to happen in our life. I didn't see that writing on the wall. I was upset. I felt betrayed because he didn't defend or say anything to offset any of the things that she had said. But over the years, we had other incidents and issues because what? He would not take his mother to task about her behavior, her mouth, any of that. It got to be a huge wedge. So I will say unto you that to me, it matters. And I will not have another somebody that will not take up for me ever again in life. I will not do that again. I will not. If I'm nobody to you in front of the other people that you care about, I'm nobody. Period.
This is my jam, too.
Right, here we go.
I put my headphones on. Either baby glad I ain't wearing no hoodie up in this camp today.
I should have moved.
Hey, I'm Paula.
No, that's real though.
Hey, Angie. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. It's my guy, Tyler Seawood. I'm about to accompany him on this track. It's called Home.
Hey.
Smooth, ain't it? Can y'all hear it? Shantae.
You can't take it seriously either?
Golly.
Right.
Hey, y'all be sure to grab the new EP that's out now. Hoodie and Headphones.
Hoodies and headphones.
Hoodie and Headphones Volume 1. All digital media, so be sure to grab that.
That means it's a volume 1. That means it's another volume coming out. Y'all peep
I
that?
saw that. I peeped it.
That means there's more to come, Jack. Hoodie and headphones. Check it out. All digital media platforms.
Marissa said, "Get it, Bryson."
I used to bump this one for real. I bumped this one. Like, this is my airplane music. This is the music I listen to when I'm on the plane.
Oh, that's an honor.
Because, you know, it keeps me, you know, mellow, like you said. Keep me, mellow, little chill. Try to tune out all the babies screaming or whatever.
Yeah.
Pookie and them doing their thing. Just keeps me chill.
Yeah. Do it ever remind you of like back in the Chicago area, like when you
riding.
Yeah.
Riding. This is definitely a nice vibe. A drop top summertime
Absolutely.
type of thing. Grooving.
Yeah, I definitely thought about like Lakeshore Drive, taking that down, listening to this. Y'all might need to try that. Y'all ever going down Lakeshore Drive, throw this song on you. You'll be super happy.
You say you're gonna be super happy. You said, I guarantee it.
I do. I definitely do.
But that would have stopped it then because I would have pulled her dress tail at the church. Mama Cookie don't play. No, Mama Cookie, I wasn't playing it upside down. Was I playing it upside down?
No, you got it right. You got it right.
I'm good right here.
Yeah, that's right. You got it right.
No, I'm a pro.
I can't.
And you gotta
Hey,
bite down
it's
on
all
it.
in the face. Look.
Y'all see my eyebrows? Let me take my glasses.
Lord, have mercy. Craig, the topic for today is
my goodness.
if your significant other has a falling out with somebody
And
in
then you
your
get that little
family,
dip. You get that little dip. Some of them have that little dip in their shoulder.
would you defend them? And conversely, if you had a falling out with somebody from your
She's hilarious.
from your boo's family, would you expect your boo to defend you?
Craig, I want you to check out. My cousin Craig can truly appreciate this music.
Yep.
This is my guy Tyler Seawood.
Hey.
The person you're listening to right now, there's beating these strings. That's this young man right here. Craig, check him out at Tyler Seawood. Go get his
IG,
music.
Facebook.
IG, Facebook. You can download it on all the digital platforms, digital media platforms. He's dope.
Appreciate you.
Shantae.
She hating. I don't know why she hating.
Oh
so much.
God, Veronica, what's going on? Hey Susan, thank you for tuning in. Oh man.
Never.
I should have been an instrumentalist though, straight up. But y'all never know. I could play like low key.
Low key.
Yeah,
What
low
is
key. Let's hit it, Dee Dee. Bow, bow, wow. I'm going there.
You're tuned into We Radio with Dee Dee and Brysen. You're on the edgeonair.com, a Beyond Air network station. And yes, that was Brysen. That was just tuning up her verbal guitar. Yes. And unfortunately, if you weren't tuned into Facebook Live, you missed her blow-up guitar finger work, boy, and it was a sight to behold. You missed all of you missed her entire workout. She played the drums, the sax, both via air and imagination, and then the blow-up guitar. So if you were not watching on Facebook Live, you missed all of that, and I'm really sorry for that, because that was a show in and of itself. She said really, 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 really low key. She actually is an instrumentalist.
What instrument?
Really? Yeah. What instrument would that be, Brysen?
Well, clearly I play the guitar.
Oh,
Clearly.
okay.
I play the guitar.
My bad.
I didn't know it was-
You didn't know either?
I didn't know it was
Oh,
that.
look, the instrumentalists that play several instruments didn't know
I didn't
which
know.
instrument it was. I don't feel bad. I'm just going to go right there.
And don't.
Especially since he taught himself. And he sat up here and watched you play all of your air stuff, and he couldn't figure out which one you do on the super low key. I don't feel bad at all. If a professional that went to school
I'm
for
not
it
hating. I
can't
didn't-
figure it out, I don't have to feel bad at all
She's
that my
rambling
rookie self couldn't get it together.
This ain't even about me. She's rambling about me. Okay? So everyone, while she's rambling, I'm gonna go tell you to go check out Tyler Seawood. Okay? Tyler Seawood. And we're also going to work on putting something together, some type of set. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I was working on it today. But we're going to do some type of listening party with Tyler Seawood. So while Dee Dee is pouring this haterade sauce on me, I'm going to uplift my little brother, Tyler Seawood. Go download all of his music.
Let's go.
All of his music, okay? All of his music from the digital media platforms is hot. No lie. No lie. I promise.
And
Big
when you
facts.
get finished, please go download all of Bryson's.
Yeah,
from
you can check
wherever
all my
Pie in the
joints
Sky
out
plays
at the
music
original
that you
Bryson.
have
It's
them
everywhere,
at.
okay? It's
Man.
everywhere. The original Bryson.
So
Thank you everybody for tuning in on Facebook Live. We appreciate your support.
thank
You
y'all.
have some very, very, very informative opinions on our topic about spouses and how you should you or should you not defend your spouse, your significant other, your bae, your boo, your mate, or whatever the case may be when it comes to family disagreements, the disagreements that they have with your family. Do you defend them? Do you defend your relative? How does that work? Do you walk away? What are your expectations? Has it happened? What do you think? So that's what we're chit-chatting, rap-a-tatting about. With Tyler Seawood, man, we got to pay the bill one more time, and then it's time to go. We're gonna let
Sad but true
Tyler.
story.
We're gonna let Tyler close on out, and then we're gonna wrap it up here on We Radio. But we appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Don't go nowhere because we got more coming up. Keep it locked.
Bam. Yes, Craig. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. We agree, Craig.
Babe, we appreciate you.
Babe, we
Make
appreciate
sure you connect and follow us. Sounds of Delight, the original Bryson, at Tyler Seawood. Make sure you follow and stay in tune with all of us, and we look forward to receiving your music and connecting with you further. Man, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes.
Frankie Parker.
Woo!
Frankie!
Yes! That girl can sing,
Oh,
sing.
man. I gotta
Frankie
tell you
Parker.
about this gig I had to do with her.
Oh,
That was fun.
I bet it was. That girl leaves her whole everything on the stage.
Mama Cookie said on a serious note, that's why premarital counseling is so important, because we need to know these things before we step into marriage.
That's true.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I will tell you, I think some of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in my life was walking past all of the no's in my life and turning them into yeses. And walking past yeses and calling them no's. Yes! Ooh, that's good. Say that again. Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Man, where were you? You were probably in diapers or something. But where were you ages ago when I needed that advice? Oh my God. What to say? Great music.
Thank you. More to come. And then actually, I am actually working on writing too.
We already know. Listen, you did that one, in a month or two, so we figure by Christmas time. Make sure you put a Christmas joint on there too.
Yeah, I was
You
just
know what?
thinking
Do
about
some Christmas stuff.
Yeah,
Make sure
I
just
was
do a
thinking
separate Christmas
I think
thing.
I was gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and knock that out, because we're always looking for Christmas music. Yes. And tell all your people. You tell two people.
But if I do some Christmas stuff, it's gonna have to be.
Look, blow it out. Go ahead. Do it. Do it to it. You have my permission. Frankie Parker.
So
we need Christmas music.
I was getting ready to close out the show, but Frankie Parker came on, so we got to play our music.
Let's do it.
Well, nobody else in this whole studio hear this echo but me, like I'm crazy. They told me it wasn't no echo.
It is echo. No, it's definitely we auto-tuning like a mug, but it's okay.
This is the auto-tune show from We Radio. Shade.
The all auto-tune show. We radio and auto-tune. Oh my God. Okay.
She was a diamond in a rough,
I know she remixed this. Oh, this is hers.
This is her.
Right now.
You might as well go ahead and make that happen for your life. Oh, you didn't know. Man. Oh, man. I'm going to tell you right now, you better check out that Spotify. Just go ahead and add it to your list. Ain't that right, Frankie? Tell them where they can find you. Drop it on in there.
I'm going to play this out there because I feel like it's not doing her any justice. I don't like that. I'm ready.
Thank you. Ooh, you are tuned in listening to We Radio with Dee Dee and Bryson here on the edgeonair.com. That was Frankie Parker with Diamond in the Rough. And we have just a few scant moments to chit chat with you guys before we have to get out of here. Thank you, Tyler, so much for coming to hang out with us.
Thank you for having me. Man, y'all are blessed. So.
You got any last words, Seawood?
Last words. I would just say, keep supporting like stations like this. People like Bryson and Dee Dee, like they're doing so much for the independent artist community and giving us an outlet and a chance to actually put our name out there, spread it throughout Chicago and so many other areas. We have people chiming in from Texas, from North Carolina, like. So that's huge for us because it's so hard in the music industry, period. So to have an avenue where we can actually have a platform to get on and express ourselves and to let people know our stories and everything like that, please just keep supporting that. That's all I really got to say. So
thank you, brother.
Thank you.
That's what's up. Okay, so that having been said, I just got to say, you know, as I usually say, you guys, thank you guys so much. Sometimes I seriously doubt that our listeners, our supporters understand how much it means to us that you guys join in every week, that you listen to our artists, that you support our artists, that you listen to the music and these interviews, and you participate in our conversations, and you join us on Facebook Live. You are helping us to make our dreams come true. We are realizing our dreams right here. And we're so thankful for that. We're so grateful that you guys join in every week. But in return, we are able to give you the greatest music that you've never heard. An opportunity to have conversations like, we call it a conversation piece because it is our intent for us to have a peaceful conversation. Sometimes our conversations, the topics themselves, they could be very explosive if they were in the wrong hands or, you know, with somebody that was only interested in sensationalizing the discussion. But we want to be able to have earnest discussions that you perhaps can't have anywhere else, or that you know, that you feel like you can't really have these conversations out loud. Maybe you have an opinion about it, but you can't really talk about it with anybody else because it's so easy nowadays for people to get so agitated, right? But this is a safe place where we can come in and we can talk. We can talk about everything, and we can talk about anything, and we're so fortunate. Unfortunately, tonight our contributors weren't able to give us something, but each week typically we have something from our sexual wellness coach, and we have something from our CPA to further your education on how to better your finances, and to further your education on how to be well-rounded in every aspect of your sexual life and your sexual education, the world that is around you. Because oftentimes we don't understand other people because we only walk in the bubble of our knowledge. When we get an opportunity to see life from other people's vantage point, and it brings understanding. And with understanding, you can have compassion. And so we're thankful that we're able to provide that on We Radio, and we're thankful for everybody that tunes in to make that a possibility. So I know I'm kind of off on a tangent right now, but I just wanted to make sure that I said that, you know, we really are so thankful for you guys. And like I typically like to say every week, if you want to see a difference where you work, where you play, where you stay, show love, because it truly is the superpower. Bryson?
The doors of the church are open.
Come on,
Y'all give it up for Dee Dee
amen.
Mathis.
That's the offer.
Reverend Reverend Mathis. Okay. Check out Tyler Seawood at Tyler Seawood. Check out Dee Dee Mathis at Sounds of the Light. You can check me out at The Original Bryson. Make sure you check us out, We Radio. Go follow our Facebook page. Make sure you check out The Edge on Air. And stay in tune with all of these super phenomenal independent artists. This is a movement, you know. This is not, you know, often this type of music goes underrated. It falls under the radar, but that's what we're here for, and we love it. We love it. We're grateful for the opportunity as well as we continue to grow on a daily basis. So it's hot outside. It's hot in this studio.
It is.
Okay, so make sure while this heat has finally come, we finally got about that polar vortex, go check on somebody. Go check on the elderly. Go check on everybody because it's just hot as hell right now,
Yeah,
period. So just go check on everybody. Go check out the folks with the thick thighs. Hey, everybody. Hey,
Come see about me.
We all struggling.
Somebody come see about
You
me.
understand? We all struggling.
Rub together.
Make sure you have your summer kit, ladies, brothers. Make sure you have your summer kits in full effect. Right now, you need extra layers
Of deodorant.
of hygiene products, okay? You need extra.
Bathe
So
in baking
everybody-
soda in your water.
So you tell a friend and you tell a friend. And if you care about your friend and they ain't proper, let them know. Okay?
Please,
In the
please.
meantime, in between time, we appreciate you guys. Share love, live love, be loved. Do it today because tomorrow is not promised. Dee Dee never, ever lets me get through my comments without talking.
It's not true. I let it do.
Never,
I let it do it
ever.
about at least twice. At least
In
twice
3
in the last 2
years.
years. I average once a year.
I'm not
I average
for
once a
certain.
year.
But that's why I keep her around. She's the yin to my yang. She is. We appreciate y'all. We out here. Seawood.
Seawood?
We
I average about once a year. Twice, you know.
Well, it's almost, it's July. Half the year is over. I'm trying to see when it's coming.
Listen, I'm pacing myself because I only got one good one a year. I'm pacing myself. I mean, after I spend that one, then we got to spend the rest of the year. You know, the rest of the year, you have the expectation that it's going to happen again.
We're going to give you some behind the scenes because, you know, Dee Dee finna talk about it. You know, Dee Dee is the ramble queen. She going to keep going, Jack.
Dang, she's so harsh today. The ramble
I mean,
queen.
you was talking about the top,
Wow.
so I mean,
Listen.
I guess it's only fair.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's
You
only
just jumping in here because she was playing your music on the big plastic guitar. I mean,
I appreciate
right.
You know what? I
Exactly.
appreciate
It's
y'all
all about
supporting
him.
me
This
and
ain't
my
got nothing to do with her or
my
me.
guitar playing skills. Thank you. All right?
Yeah, somebody said
Thank you.
She was killing it.
She was killing it, all right. You was killing the game.
Got the facial expressions, everything. That's
I'm
great.
not. I'm not.
I
and I can't.
appreciate my haters. They give me strength. They give me strength. We pray. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I hope
Thank
she
y'all.
appreciates her staters too, because that's all I was doing was stating the obvious. Hating, no. Stating, absolutely.
Y'all already know what time it is. Edge on air, we out.
Mama Cookie says she know a great psychiatrist person. Nah.
Shots fired. Again.
Thank you, Mama Cookie. Yes. Thank you, Mama Cookie. Yes. I said, I've been trying to come for my life.
And Dee Dee can't do a little bit. It's gonna all be super extra. She's gonna elaborate it. She's gonna push it to the umpteenth power.
I don't know what she means. I don't know what she means. And are we really getting this commentary from the little blow-up guitar girl? Are we really getting this commentary? She done played the air drums, cymbals, saxophone. The only thing she didn't do was get a microphone, and that's because there were no vocals for her to emulate.
I got a microphone in front of me.
I'm just saying, that's the only thing she didn't
I love you
do.
back, Mama Cookie.
We love you, Mama Cookie. We know you love us.
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Everybody hit the share button before y'all get off. Everybody hit the share button. Hit the share button.
Share it to your groups, share it to your friends, share it to your frenemies, share it to everybody.
Share it to your
Share,
frenemies
like.
like Dee Dee. Can you hand me the drum drive?
I don't know if frenemies keep jump drives.
You want me to save the show or not?
I think you can save it.
I mean, if you good with it, I'm good with it.
Wait a minute. Let me get it.
I was like, wait. I know that's right.
See how she-
That's her too much cake from her frenemy.
There's a lot of cake.
Listen,
good though.
it's very good, and when she tastes it, she gonna be like, "I need more cake."
Well,
I was trying to help her out.
Like
Yeah.
more
Do
than
you see her pushing me with this chair?
I saw it.
Okay, I'm glad y'all caught that on video. Did y'all see her pushing me with this chair? Hey, Horace, how y'all do? How you doing,
That
honey?
Horace?
It's Horace Clark.
What's up, Horace?
I know,
Yo,
right?
meet me at Refuge Live this Saturday. Soundful Saturdays, brought to you by Be in the Mix. Come out, you guys.
That's my man. Horace is the
Soundful
man.
Saturdays, brought to you by Be in the Mix at Refuge Live, 416 South Clark
Refuge.
in Chicago. Come
Shout-out.
through.
Horace is the man.
He all right.
Why you hate? Why you
Listen,
so
everybody gets
feisty?
it. Right. Somebody tell me.
Hey Tyler, hey Horace, check
Somebody
out Tyler's new what is it, one of the older tracks?
It's the
Check it
older.
out. Check this out, Horace.
You definitely gotta check out the He'll Let It Oh, you want to do this? Yeah. You go.
Hey, Horace. So, question. If you get into it with your wife's family, she got your back or not? And vice versa. She get into it with your family, you got her back? What's up? Huh? You want to know his answer? I do too. Inquiring minds want to know, Horace. Nah.
He said no. Oh no.
It's every man for himself and God for himself.
Horace, I'm dying. You already know I'm dying. Hey. Let me come on.
She's out with her family. He said it's already happened. So in the reverse though, if it was your family she fell out with, here we go, Jesus. Jesus be offense. At least put one up so I can have some room over here. So Horace, how about you?
What's up, Josh?
Are you going to defend her against your family?
He y'all thought he
And how do you-
already answered. He already said no.
How do you fix that, Horace? What's the fix for that?
Maybe it ain't one.
But aren't you each other's family now? Family first, but aren't you each other's family now? No?
All right, guys. We're getting ready to rock and roll. We radio. Dee Dee, me, Seawood,
Seawood?
and Wifey. She's so modest. She real humble. There she go. Marriage is only a contractual agreement. Woo! I'm getting ready to get off the line, brother.
Come on, no.
I'm getting ready to get off the line.
I don't know about all that.
Thank you for that love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the likes. Hit some shares. Check out Tyler Seawood. All digital media platforms. Check them out. You like this? There's much more. Dee, I'm going to let you and Horace have this conversation offline. Because this will take a whole nother hour.
Yeah, he
The contract can be changed, Horace?
What?
He said marriage is only a contractual agreement. It can be changed at any time.
Oh, wow. That sounds good.
Wow.
Oh, let.
Alright, that might be a second episode.
Have you always felt that way, Horace? Or did what happened change how you feel about marriage?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It sounds like some resentment and hurt going on up in there.
Bryson's making me say farewell. I'm sorry, guys.
Adios. Stand by.
Bye.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.
Marriage is an outdated
Wow,
principle. Mama
you are
Ruby,
really
hey,
on
I love
fire
you.
today, Horace.
We're out.
We out. Yeah, that's another
Well,
episode.
Dee Dee?
I'm gonna see you after hours, Horace. Listen, when I get home, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more. I'm gonna respond back to this feed, okay? Okay.
Peace.